In this video, I want to help you decide how to play the D7 chord. You've got two choices. You can use your peace sign, where our index is up on the G2, and our middle finger is on the E2. The other way you can do it is by using your middle two fingers. Middle finger up on G2, ring finger on E2. The only thing is you got to be careful not to let this finger touch the bottom string. Otherwise you'll get that. So it's a little trickier to use those middle two fingers. But also we need to consider the context of moving from C to D7 to G7 and ultimately back to C. So for me, it's more comfortable to use the peace sign. A little more work to get to the G7. That's the trade-off. If you're using the middle two fingers, a little trickier in terms of getting a good sounding D7, but easier to get to the G7. So again, it's a choice, it's a trade-off. I'm going to show you both right now. Here's C, my peace sign, 1 and 2. I'm going to bring the index back to E1, then move this up to C2 and bring that on the A2, and then slide forward for my C. The other way, again, we're going to start with the ring finger on A3. I'm going to use these two, so this has to come back to the E2. Middle goes up on G2. This can already be here on the E1, so you can preset that. And then, to get to the G7, I simply bring these down a string, and I'm on C2, A2 now. So a little easier shift that way to the G7, and then I slide forward for my C. Now, I'll do it one more time, I'll demonstrate both, and then we're gonna practice together. Here's the C, peace sign, G2, E2. Bring the index back to E1, middle on C2, ring down on A2, and then C. The other way, start here, ring finger on A3, bring it back to E2, get that middle finger up on G2, then I just need to slide these down a string. As long as I've got that preset, or I don't forget about it, get it on E1, and then to the C. Your choice. Now let's practice together. Get your C ready. Here we go. We'll just strum each chord once on the downbeat, and then we'll count out 2, 3, 4, and move to the next chord. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. C, 2, 3, 4. D7, 2, 3, 4. G7, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, again, and C, 2, 3, 4. D7, 2, 3, 4. G7, 2, 3, 4. C2, one more time. C2, 3, 4. D7, 2, 3, 4. G7, 2, 3, 4. C2, 3, 4.